Hello, hello, everybody. I am super excited to be sitting here with the owner of Savvy Gal, Renee Simpson. Please tell us, Renee, let me start here. I am Sequina Luckett, and I am a digital strategist and a co owner of the Boom app, which I'm excited to be here to talk about systems and the importance of systems. I'm here with Renee. So, Renee, tell us about yourself and how you got started in your business.
Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing great today. I'm Renee, like she said. I actually started, it was kind of weird how I started my business. It was during the pandemic. It was one day, I was working the regular 9 to 5. And when we had to work from home, I realized the importance of being home with my family. And my 9 to 5, I was working hours on top of hours. So I was never home. So I got to that point where I was tired. I wanted to be home more. I wanted to stop missing events. And someone brought it to my attention that I could start my own business. And in my mind, I'm like, I can't do that. So, but me being me, I did my research and I found a virtual assistant. And I was like, oh my God, I could do that. So I registered, I got my EIN number, and then I started out as a virtual assistant. So I originally started with doing social media and doing systems, but I was mainly focusing on social media. And I put my 2 weeks in December, took the business full time in like around December 14th, and then cut back on social media because I wanted to focus more on systems. A little bit about me. I went to school for IST, so technology. I have a bachelor's in that, and I have a minor in business. So everything tech is me. Like I love everything about it. So that's why I became system specialist.
So I am, of course, a techie, and I love technology. I think I just catch on to things pretty quickly, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I started either. And for me, with technology, it just kind of clicked. So did it click for you like that when you decided you were gonna kind of jump into this?
Yes, definitely. I definitely feel like the passion. So every time it comes into play where someone's like, I need this automation or something done, I'm like, oh, YouTube, here I come. But it's still, YouTube has been my best friend. But it just trying to figure it out and put it all together, like it's just the excitement in it.
In your business, you started like in the middle of the pandemic, where some people have been doing this for a long time. Like, how's business been for you? Has it been booming? Has it picked up a lot because of the pandemic? What do you think?
So in the beginning, it was definitely trying to just feel it and get how to market and everything else. But I did have I was one of those posting on those job ops where it was like 100 comments and I was competing. And I definitely learned that even though there's 100 comments, someone's watching. So in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, I made 2K a month. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But then I stepped back and had to focus on what I really wanted. So like I had to think further and realize if I wanted to keep the social media part of it. And I was like, no. So I cut back, and all the social media clients I had, I dropped back on them and focused on the system. So I dropped down. I probably had like 5 or 6 clients, and from September to December, and I was like, all right, it's time to focus on what I really want. So I stepped back and I just wanted to focus on getting the systems, trying to figure it all out, put the pieces together. So I stuck with from January to like February. I stuck with just 3 clients, and it was still me trying to figure it all out in the background. But now clients is just like hitting me up. I got referrals, so it's crazy. It's definitely overwhelming when everybody just starts hitting you. But for me, it's the when I get to know everybody, I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. So it definitely is picking up. Every business owner has its struggles, but you learn a lot through the struggles.
Well, I have to say, it has been like for me. I work with you personally. as you know, I hired you on to become our system specialist here at the Boom because, and not just that, but Sequina Luckett's brand as well. And it's been like so amazing having you because you've helped us with our in putting our systems in place. So what does that look like for a new client that's coming on for you? Like, what does it look like for a person that has no clue what a system specialist does, and how you can help improve their business?
So I think that's my favorite type of client, someone that doesn't know, because that's when we sit down and we actually walk through what they do on a day to day. And then once we walk through what they do on a day to day, we focus on what they have to do, like what they must do, like what they can't outsource, like they have to do it. And then we focus on what they hate doing. You know, everybody has that part they hate doing in the business. So after we figure out what they hate, we make a list of what they can outsource and what can be automated. You know, you don't really want to depend all on automation. You know, you still need that human touch. So, but you know, the little simple tasks that you do on a day to day can be automated, as far as like onboarding and stuff like that. So once we get those lists together, then we focus on what tech tools they need to actually implement the system, the processes that they do. I'm big on SOPs because being in this space, everybody wants to outsource, and everybody's like, I don't like such and such because they don't have the vision I have. They don't know what they're doing, but it's because you don't lay out that foundation for them. You don't write out your SOPs of how you do certain things. So when they come on board, they should just be able to read it and jump right in, not where you're taking time out of your day to actually train them. Once you put those SOPs in place, everybody's like, oh, okay, this is simple. I can do that. So, you know, they say people come and go, but systems are forever, because the systems are always going and anybody can just jump in and help out because there's a system in place. Mm-hmm. When there's no system in place, it's hard to keep it moving. And as a business owner, you face burnout because of it, because you're doing so much and you don't have time to put that system in place. So my advice to everybody is take that time. I know it seems stressful and you don't know, you have questions, but take that time to put those systems in place, and I guarantee you will scale past whatever your goal is.
Now, for those who are unaware what an SOP is, what exactly is that, and like, what is it? What does it do?
So, a standard operating procedure. So it's basically, you know, just let's talk about corporate. In the corporate world, they usually have, it could be as simple as a piece of paper, but it's like you store it in like a folder where everybody has access to it. So when they need help, they can just refer to it. So it's basically a step by step of something you do in your business. Everybody's is different. Not everyone has the same thing. Like you can have an SOP on your onboarding process. So it's like on day one, this is what we do. And then it's like basically a checklist for everybody.
So it's kind of like a manual for those who really are just coming from the outside, coming into the business, and they can just read the instructions and do it. So it's like a plug and play situation for all of those businesses. Now, do you suggest for small companies to do something like that? Or do you suggest that when they get bigger, that's when they should be thinking about it?
So, how I feel about the SOPs is no, don't do it in the beginning, because in the beginning you don't know your process. You don't know what's working, what's not working. So, you know, give it some time when you start growing and you know you have a proven strategy. Once you have that proven strategy, then you can sit down and take the time out. So if you just walk through the door of a business owner, no, you shouldn't have any SOPs because you don't know what works. But you can still get the tech tools, because you know, you starting out, you need a project management tool. A project management tool helps you keep everything organized. Mm-hmm. It's basically a to-do list, but it helps you, you know, remember. You know, sometimes you have like a million things to do and you're like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't remember everything. So the project management tool, and then a CRM. A CRM is basically where they can store their customers and do invoices. I recommend an all-in-one CRM that does invoices, does workflows. The workflows is automation, but don't worry about that in the beginning. You'll need it later down the line, but just so you have your invoices, your contracts all in one place where all your clients are stored, that's definitely easier. So just starting out, project management tool and a CRM, just to help you. But then later down the line, you'll be able to build on that and implement the process once you start testing and doing market research and figuring out what's working for you.
Got it. Got it. You recommend something for those who want to automate their system for social media? Is there anything that's like, to help automate that? Because some people are having a hard time trying to figure out or navigate social.
So I definitely recommend Facebook. So just starting out, Facebook didn't always integrate with the scheduler. So the scheduler is just coming out. It's called you can do it through Business Suite or Creator Studio. So how it works is basically it integrates with Instagram. So you schedule it in Facebook and automatically post to Instagram for you, and it's free. You can't beat free. So just starting out, you want to automate your posts, go through Facebook. If you don't like how Facebook is, there's something else called Planoly, Planoly. That's free too. That connects to Facebook and Instagram. So, don't start off with too many platforms. So just until you get the process, Facebook and Instagram is usually, since they link, it's easier. But you can definitely schedule posts, and I definitely dedicate like a day to get your thoughts together and your posts together and get those scheduled. And that's one task you have to worry about.
One less task to worry about. Just the one. So implementing the system, like once they get the management tool and they get the CRM, what other things do they need to do to make sure that the system at the beginning, or even if they've been in business, let's say for the past 5 years, and they kind of figured out what the system looks like, what is the other things that they need, and how do you help them get there?
So the other stuff they need, just keep in mind, most of the programs we use have something called integrations. So I definitely recommend, if you get a project management tool and CRM, make sure they integrate. The reason why I say that is when they talk to each other, it's so much easier to organize stuff. Like, for example, my onboarding process, when someone enters my CRM and I get them signed, get them ready, it automatically puts them into my project management tool. So now I have a folder with all their information and what needs to be done. It usually names it by whatever I named the project it as in the CRM. So now they're talking. So now I have my client's name in my project management tool, and I'm ready to lay it out of what I need to do for them. So definitely once you start getting more programs and implementing more things, you want to make sure everything talks to each other. Definitely when you're doing research, look into integration, and it will tell you what other programs it talks to. The way I come in is I actually put it all together for you. So when we sit down and we talk about your business and we talk about where you want to go and what you see your business doing, then we figure out how we can automate it. And I also use, not everything integrates. So there's something called Zapier. Zapier integrates with everything. They do have a free account. Just starting out, you can get it for free. The only downside to Zapier is you don't want to use it for everything because technology. There's always issues with technology. So Zapier does disconnect sometimes. I done got a few emails saying it wasn't connected. So just always make sure you double check it. But if you get a program that doesn't integrate with your other program, just check out Zapier and you will do it. But like for me to come in, I basically set it all up from you. So I meet, if you have a team or it's just you by yourself, I meet with everyone on the team and I meet with you. We go over what you do on a day-to-day basis. I write the SOPs for you and I automate everything for you. And I recommend what tools you should use, what you shouldn't use. And then we go from there.
So what would be your ideal client if we were to, like, I'm a client, if I'm getting started, what's a what's a client that would be perfect for you when I'm calling you and saying, hey, I need your help because my system's crashing, or
To be honest, everyone needs systems in their business. So my other client is a business owner. As long as you're a business owner and you need help, I'm here. Just because since I specialize in the system, I'm able to help. I don't have to narrow down the market. I'm able to help anyone because everyone needs systems. Um, I do work with most of my clients now are coaches, business strategists, but I actually just had a client where they have an e-commerce store. And where the automation comes into there is when you have someone to say, for example, you have someone go to your store and they add something to your cart, but then, something happens and they don't purchase. Well, now there's an automation that in a couple of days is going to send you an email and say, hey, I think you forgot something in your cart. And I think for the person, I had it set for like 3 days, and it keeps reminding you because sometimes things happen and you forget, and you're like,
right.
oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. Also, when for another automation is email marketing. Um, you can get this, for example, this you just get response when you're building your email list. That's where automation comes in because you don't always have time to keep up with the emails. I recommend write like 2 or 3 emails a week and just put them in the scheduler, and it's automatically dropping to your list. So there's a lot of systems. There's like onboarding, there's email marketing, there's social media for systems, there's financial. Yes, you need a financial system. Everybody everybody's biggest thing is money's coming in, but are you actually making money? Because money's going out. So you need to pay attention. Like you need to set your goal. You need a system where you're checking your numbers once a month. It could be automatically going to a spreadsheet for you, but you need to keep tracking your numbers. And I definitely 100% recommend a financial system.
And that kind of brings me to a point too with people who don't have their systems in place as far as like their finances go. Like, what do you do with that when you've got a person that's like, I have dollars that are coming in, but I have no idea where the money is really going? So, what kind of system help do you help with that with the finances to help them kind of figure out?
So in the beginning, I'm old fashioned. It's an Excel sheet. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna make an Excel sheet and we're gonna put it in manually. The only reason why we're doing it manually in the beginning is because you have to get used to that process. Like we can't just automate it and then what happens when it crashes and you don't know what you're doing. So in the beginning, we do it manually. No, you're not going to do it manually forever. It will be automated, but just so you have an understanding of what the process is. Like I don't come in your business and set up a process that you don't know how to do. 9 times out of 10, you already have your process. You just don't know you have your process, and because you're just so busy, you're not paying attention to what's working. So
Right.
that's why I recommend, trial and error. In the beginning, is trial and error. Do not stress over systems in the beginning. Figure out a good process for you, and then once you get there, that's when it's time to implement systems. But yeah, old fashioned Excel sheet.
I love the old fashioned spreadsheets. No, I don't. I really don't. But so what am I supposed to do with that? So just, I mean, I understand completely because I had an old fashioned system where I was kind of like putting my tools down, seeing what I'm doing, what's bringing in the dollars, and just so all of the businesses that are out here that knows that if you do things manually, you kind of already know what's happening, what's coming and going. So when you do start to rev up your business, you really can see, oh man, all I did was just like triple my income in the past 2 years because you can actually see the manual dollars. So I totally get it. Trust me. And because I've been in business personally for 15 years. So in my mind, I'm like, well, if I didn't get it together the first go round, let's see if we can do it right this time. So you have a program right now that you are offering to people so that they can help get their system together. So what does that look like? What tell us about your system and how it works, your program and how it works.
So my program is definitely aiming for new business owners because I know the struggle. I know what it feels like when you're just starting out and you're like, what do I need? What am I supposed to do? So I have a $97 offer where I get on the phone with you for an hour. We sit down and we go over your business. We talk about what you do on a day to day. We go over like what tools you're currently using and what would help you better. I don't set up the automations in that call. It's basically we're mapping out everything and what your next steps will be. Also, a bonus for if you watch this video and you tell me you see me live, the bonus is I'll be basically your accountability partner. So once the call is over and it's time for you to like start making those changes, I will check on you. Maybe for like 15 days, I'll check in with you just to make sure you're doing okay. And if you have any questions, any tech questions, I can answer it for you. But only because of the boom, I'm doing this offer. But definitely let me know and we can figure it all out.
Y'all know I get happy when people say mention the boom and you will get something. So I'm just letting y'all know, mention the boom and y'all can get something as a bonus to help out. I love the system. So for $97, you get a 1 hour consult where people kind of walk through their business with you so that they can figure out what their process is. And you literally map a map out for them so that you can give them all the tech tools that they need to get the ball rolling, right? So you give suggestions as far as like which ones to go to based on them. Yeah. So it's a customized thing, right?
And then they'll get a walkthrough of the systems that I have, the tools that I'm familiar with, where that if I already, usually all the tools that I'm familiar with, I have an account with. So just to give them, an inside look, just so they can see it and be like, okay, maybe that one won't work for me. And always, you will get a lot of people telling you what to use, but make sure you're using what's comfortable for you. Right. Yes, because I like something doesn't mean you'll like something. And don't take it because everybody's using it. It will definitely stress you out. So make sure you're picking the systems that the tools that you actually are comfortable with.
Now, I say that too. I'm so glad that you said that because it's the same thing with social media too. Like just because the world is on TikTok doesn't mean that you need to be on TikTok too because your client may not be there. So just to kind of reiterate, this system is like making sure the system is comfortable for you and it's working for you and your business, right? Mm-hmm. Lovely. I love it. And that is just like that $97 is the low price. If you mention the boom yet again, because how much is that price normally? Like how much is your system's, program normally?
$247.
$247. Love it. So that means you guys get like over $150 of savings just for saying and mentioning the boom, which is like the best thing ever. I'm just saying, y'all should think about that. Anywho.
But wait, we didn't talk about the systems we have for the boom.
Oh my God. Let's talk about that.
So, okay, guys. Yes, I am. Yes, she's my client. And yes, I'm a part of the boom. So let's talk about why I'm a part of the boom. So I met Sequina and she told me her dreams. And I love hearing people's dreams because it's one of those where, you step out and you listen and you're like, I see it. And it's crazy because we didn't know each other. But I was like, I'm going to make this happen. So she's like, do you want to be a part of the boom? Mind you, I paid. No, I didn't get no discount. I paid. So I was when I started out and she became my client and we used to talk about the boom and she's like, you're going to be a part of it. And in my mind, this is when she had the promotion going on in December where lifetime membership was $250. I'm like, the boom is just starting out, $250. Look, I'm cheap. So I was like, I just started off with the business, $250. Oh man. But I sat down. I even talked to my husband about it. But I sat down and I really thought about it. I'm like, 250 a lifetime membership? And she gonna promote my business help me promote my business? Look, I'm on the Zoom right now. So she's promoting. So but I also seen the vision further because it's the boom of Black business marketplace, and it's bringing us all together. And this is really what we need right now. Like we need to come together. We need a community, and this app is helping you be a part of the community. So I definitely recommend, if you don't have time for marketing and you want to do pop-up shop, be in newsletters. I definitely where she tagged me in a post today, and I definitely got comments and messages. So it's definitely working, and it's extra. You can't say no to somebody trying to promote you. Like social media is everywhere, so you're getting noticed on her followers, you're getting noticed on your followers. We're definitely thinking about doing Instagram takeovers, so there's so much coming.
I am
Um,
excited.
and then also, if you're like me, where you're cheap, and the 250 seems like too much, it's not though. But if it seems like too much and you're just starting out, there is low packages where what's the lowest? $20.
The lowest is $20 per month. I mean, if you don't have $20 in your pocket, I'm just saying, especially when you're a business owner just trying to get started and wanting to be promoted. If you really want the pop-up shops and all that, then it's the $25. But if you don't have $25 as a business, you probably shouldn't be in business. That's how I see it. So oh my God, Renee, I am so grateful that you've been here to help us with this system and get our system together. And not just on the Boom side, but also on the Sequina Luckett brand side as well. So it's just been like a tremendous like help. And I promise you guys, just getting this $97 package and getting it implemented, like putting things in place for your business when you're getting started, might be the best dollars that you can buy. I'm so serious. So why not get a map, get everything in place, then you know exactly what you need to do and start implementing those things to get you where you're supposed to be. Because we're all about growth, here at the Boom. We want to see all of our Black owned businesses grow. And what better way to do that than to get us all in the same boat together, right? So tell us, Renee, how we can find you if people are looking for you.
I'm on Facebook under Renee Simpson. You can find me posting in the Boom. And then also my Instagram is savvygal_VA. Um, my website is savvygal.org. And I would definitely be putting a link in the comments for you to book a call if you're interested in the $97 offer.
Go ahead, y'all, book a call. Like, I mean, what's the word? The book a call, you're not even charging them the $97. That's a free consult so they can talk to you and see if the $97 package will work for them, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's a win-win situation, people. I mean, for real. I love it. I want to thank you so much. Let me say that if you guys are interested in what the Boom is doing, you can certainly go to our website at theboomapp.com/yes. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. I'm like naming all the stuff. And you can also find this video a week from now on our YouTube channel. So feel free to go ahead, get the ball rolling with Renee, because she is like the shit. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And I'm not afraid of potty mouths today. So I'm just who I am, where I am, and where I be, So you know how people tell you to stay in your lane, girl? This is my lane, y'all. I'm just letting you know. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out. Make sure you comment below. Give us all your comments if you do have any comments, and we'll come back and answer those questions for you. And make sure you put #replay so we know that you're watching the replay. Anything else you want to kind of add to what's happening, Renee?
No, just you got to be a part of the Boom. Like, we're growing, and this is your time. This is your time to get in. Because we're taking off, and I don't know. You may miss out, but there's some big things coming. So you want to be a boom? You better go to that website and make that purchase.
I tell
That's
you,
all I have to say.
we are offering a $499 lifetime membership. So you are in it with us for life. So for that, I mean, I feel like you can't beat it with a stick. I'm so serious because Facebook charges you for advertisements and then you're charging thousands and thousands of dollars. But for us, we're helping you to grow and maintain. So why not?
And we become one big family.
You know, I love being family. I always tell people when I meet you, we become family and we hug. And I can't wait till we really start hugging for real, you know, in real life because of this pandemic. But I, Renee, my person. I appreciate this call today and thank you so much for jumping on. If you guys have any questions, make sure you go ahead and comment below. And thank you all for your time. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.